I need to preface this entire thing by saying that I'm a Marriott guy. I have a Marriott Elite Rewards. I think I'm actually gold right now because we didn't travel a lot last year. But anytime I go on vacation, I always look at Marriott first. I get points, I get rewards. Sometimes I get free nights. Like I check Marriott before I check anything else, unless I'm going to Vegas, because then I know where I'm staying when I go to Vegas. Like I'm staying on the Strip in the Aria or the Cosmopolitan. Those are my hotels. I love them. But I do Marriott anytime we go anywhere, especially if it's just a night or two, because I know I'm going to get those points. And then when we go to Tennessee to see my family, or if we want to go to Georgia to see yours, we can stay extended nights in hotels up there and do other shit for free because of the points. I have never been so let down by a Marriott in my life. When we walked in, the first thing that they did was offered me alcohol. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm in Key West. It's a polite gesture. Would you like a free white sangria? No, I wouldn't.
Right,
I don't drink.
I'm driving as well.
Right. And I have to leave here still. We're going to go look at photography spots, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay it much mind. We went up to the hotel room. We paid for a room with a king bed because I'm a big guy and I kind of sprawl. Now, it used to not be a thing, but now I'm a lot more comfortable sleeping diagonal on the bed and more on your side because you're over there, and that's a thing. And they gave us a room with 2 queen beds in it. And I walked downstairs and I was like, we ordered a king. She's like, we upgraded you. I'm like, 2 queen beds is not an upgrade. She's like, yeah, but you have a view now. And I was like, king bed.
Right.
So it took them like 30 minutes to get, well, that's exaggeration. It was probably like 10 or 15 minutes for them to finally get our room figured out.
Yeah.
We get the new room. We go up there. We get all of our stuff situated. And then we leave. We come back. And by the time we got back at like, it couldn't have been later than 7 o'clock.
The sun just set.
Yeah. So it had to have been like 6:30. Everyone in the everybody that was in the hotel that was not working was drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Except for the children that were there. The parents were drunk. Other adults were drunk. Like everyone was shit-faced.
Yeah.
We went to our room, found out that our sink didn't work. And in order to get the sink, remedied, we would have had to move to another room. And at that point, we had already been derobed and comfortable. And like, so we don't have a running proper sink.
Right. And I was like, it's kind of late for that anyways. I'm not trying to have a commotion of switching our rooms again.
Right.
Getting nasty glares from the hotel people.
So we brushed our teeth, spitting the toothpaste in the toilet, and like totally just did the thing to make it work. The TV remote was broken. So like, this is obviously not it, but this entire piece was open. So I'm trying to use the remote with it all busted open. I was able to actually fix the remote, but the TV remote was broken. We went downstairs to get
a cheese plate.
A cheese plate. And
so good.
I noticed in the elevator how disgusting the floor was, and you were like, "It smells like alcohol in here." I'm like, and I looked down because it's been spilled all over the floor, the hallway, near the elevator, alcohol spilt on the floor. In the elevator, spilt on the floor. First floor, spilt on the floor. Everywhere except for where we went near the front desk was disgusting. The next morning when we got up to leave, we got up early. We were going to go do photos. We decided we were going to check out early. Got in the elevator. It was 10 times worse than it was last night or the night before. The floor outside of the elevator was worse than it was the night before.
It was sticky.
Yeah,
you could feel
hear
your
it.
shoes.
Yeah, it was like a movie theater after teenagers had been in there. And so needless to say, we had all of our camera gear, which had all of our other stuff in it. We just went ahead and checked out a day and a half early and left the keys at 6:30, 7 o'clock the next morning, even though we were supposed to be there until today. We were supposed to be there until today. We should be driving home right now.
Yep.
Excuse me. I'm going to have to get a drink in a second. So they comped the room for the night that we checked out. Obviously, we got that refunded because we didn't stay. So it ended up saving us like $480 for the one night that we didn't get to enjoy. While we were there driving around looking for photography spots, we drove near the mile marker 0 thing and kind of went down into that area because I wanted to see it. And it dawned on me that the Keys is nothing more than a very expensive place to live in a party town. Yeah. Everybody that goes to the Keys goes there to get drunk and be belligerent and do the thing. And like, I didn't want to do that. So we didn't do any of the Keys touristy shit. We then started looking for photography spots, state parks, and did all that stuff that night. At about 10 o'clock at night, a fight broke out in the hallway between women screaming and yelling at each other. And then it continued again at 11:30, then at 1, and then at 3. The people that were upstairs from us must have been in a marching band because of the way they were stomping through the hotel all night long.
Yeah.
I will never in my life go back to the Keys ever again. And like, you know, I wanted to experience Bourbon Street in New Orleans just to experience it. But after experiencing the Keys and the drunk debauchery, it's
No,
just
thank you.
not for me. I would rather be in a small town like Blue Ridge, Georgia, that's got like 2 little strip malls and tons of hiking and cabins and less people. That just does it for me. So now moving forward, if we vacation inside the state, St. Augustine is still on the menu because there's a lot of history there for photos. And ghost tours and cheesy shit that's not all about getting drunk.
I would love to do a ghost tour.
Have you never done one there?
I have. When I was younger, my family went to St. Augustine. I was probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Future note.
They're ghost tours, but they're really just like history tours because they walk you around and tell you about all the history of St. Augustine.
It's all a gimmick.
The thousands and thousands of people who've died there with wars over the years. The lighthouse there is supposed to be haunted. That was on Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
But that's a hell of a walk up them steps. Yeah.
We can go up the steps.
Yeah, you can go all the way to the top of the light
I
tower.
want to go in the white.
Yeah.
The lighthouse. I'm so excited. I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go in the lighthouse in St. Augustine. So St. Augustine is still on the list. If we do St. Augustine, because of where you can stay in St. Augustine, you can do Big Talbot Island, you can do Small Talbot Island, and then work your way down A1A. There is a lot of photography spots working down the East Coast that are huge for Florida. The only redeeming quality of everything in the Keys is that the water there is actually blue instead of the dark green grossness that we have in the Gulf of Mexico.
The water was really pretty.
That was it. So
I think I saw a dolphin.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to give myself that win because that was the one thing I really wanted to see while we were there.
That's funny.
And I saw like a spray up, but like it wasn't the ocean spray. It was like a puff upwards. And I was like, oh, a dolphin.
Yep.
I'm just going to live in that delusion for a minute.